Viewing Earth at night from space, the planet is a dark, sleeping sphere, broken only by scattered constellations of human light. Along the northeastern edge of Africa, one shape stands out clearly, a thin, glowing line cutting through the blackness, ending in a bright, fan-shaped cluster by the sea. This is the Nile in Egypt, sparkling against the surrounding desert. From up here it looks almost fragile, yet unmistakably alive. What is there, below that glowing path? As we drift closer, the pattern becomes even clearer. The Nile River and its delta look like a brilliant, long-stemmed flower, a glowing stem running northward, blossoming into a luminous fan at the Mediterranean coast. Each point of light marks a city, a town, a village clustered along the river. Together they trace the shape of a civilization that has grown, layer by layer, around this single life-giving vein of water. In a land mostly defined by sand and stone, this illuminated flower is Egypt's signature from space. Now the night thins. A pale glow seeps into the horizon, and the Nile's lights slowly give way to color. As daybreak unfolds, the river emerges as a winding band of blue, wrapped in a narrow corridor of deep green. The fertile land along the course of the Nile clings to the water's edge, hugging every curve and bend. Beyond this slim, vibrant ribbon, the desert stretches outward in vast expanses of tan and gold. From above, the contrast is stark, life arranged in a thin strip, bordered by emptiness. From this vantage point, the Nile's importance becomes clear. On either side of its banks, fields, palm groves, and villages flourish in green. But only a short distance away, the landscape changes. Green fades to brown, then to the pale beige of open desert. Without this life force, the Nile, Egypt, would be merely a vast and sterile expanse of sand and stone. The river is not just a feature of the landscape. It is the reason the landscape, and the people within it, exist here at all. As we descend closer to the water, the river's modern rhythm appears. Boats loaded with tourists sail along the Nile, gliding past palm-fringed islands and ancient villages. From the decks, passengers watch the countryside unfold in slow motion. Children playing near the shore, farmers tending fields that have been cultivated for generations, minarets rising above clustered roofs. The Nile has always been a highway, a moving viewpoint. Today it carries not only goods and people, but also travelers who come to follow the water's path through history. Now we see the river from even closer, from the deck of a simple felucca, its white sail billowing against the blue sky. The boat glides along a winding stretch of the Nile near Aswan, where rocky islands break the surface, and the desert hills rise on both sides. The water moves quietly, reflecting the warm colors of the land. Look at this view of a winding river in a desert landscape. The world here feels both timeless and fragile, as if very little has changed in thousands of years. Isn't that beautiful? Long before modern boats and engines, the Nile dictated the calendar of an entire civilization. Each year the river rose and spilled beyond its banks, flooding the fields with water and rich silt. When the waters receded, farmers stepped out onto soil renewed and ready to plant. The ancient Egyptians learned to read the Nile's moods, building canals and basins to guide the flood, turning seasonal chaos into dependable abundance. For them, the river was more than water. It was a god, a clock, and a promise of tomorrow's harvest. Along the river's course, great temples rose from the banks like stone outcroppings of belief. At Luxor and Karnak, pillars tower above the ground, carved with stories of gods, kings, battles, and blessings. From the air, these complexes resemble geometric gardens of stone, carefully aligned with the river and the sun. The Nile carried the workers, the stones, and the crops that fed them. Without the river, these monuments could never have been built. Even now, as we fly above them, you can feel how strongly the water and the stones are intertwined. Farther north, fields and villages give way to the vast urban sprawl of Cairo, and beyond its edge, the pyramids rise from the desert. From above, you can see the Nile winding close by, the city pressed between river and sand, and the pyramids standing just beyond. These ancient structures were born of a society made possible by the Nile's steady gifts. The river carried stones, food, workers, and ideas. It linked distant regions, turning scattered communities into a unified civilization. In many ways, the Nile itself is a river of time, flowing through Egypt's entire story. In the modern era, Egypt has tried to tame the river that once ruled its seasons. Dams and reservoirs now hold back the floods, releasing water more predictably throughout the year. With this control comes electricity, expanded irrigation, and the ability to support a growing population. Yet every intervention has a cost. Sediment that once nourished the delta now settles behind concrete walls. The delicate balance between river and land must be managed with care. The Nile remains powerful, but its flow is no longer entirely its own. Today, tens of millions of people live along the Nile's banks, drawing water for drinking, farming, and industry. Cities stretch outward, pushing ever closer to the river. Bridges carry cars and trains across its surface, connecting neighborhoods and lives. But as demand grows, so do the challenges. Pollution, overuse, and the pressure of climate and population change. The Nile is not only Egypt's river. It flows through and from many countries before it reaches this land. Its future depends on cooperation, care, and a shared understanding that this lifeline is finite. As we rise once more above the clouds, the details of fields, boats, and cities begin to blend together. The Nile narrows in our view, returning to a simple glowing line, a ribbon of life cutting through the desert. From this height, borders fade, and what remains is a single thread of water, sustaining countless stories below. The river has shaped Egypt's past, nourishes its present, and will influence its future in ways we are still discovering. From space, it is beautiful. On the ground, it is essential. This is the Nile, Egypt's eternal lifeline in the sand.